Good morning and welcome to the devotions for today, the 4th of October. I was decorating a couple of weeks ago. Now I have to admit that as I've got older, the thought of decorating fills me with dread. But we had promised Ben, our youngest, that we would decorate his bedroom this year. It was well past its sell-by date and it just needed a brighter colour. Although I don't think we've actually got a brighter colour, but I'll come to that in a moment. But we'd been putting off doing it. But then a couple of weeks ago, Graham and Ben went to Croft Race Circuit for the British Touring Car Championship, and I thought, that's my chance. So the week before, I got the paint and all the other bits and pieces that you need for decorating. And once they'd gone out, quite early on the Saturday morning, I thought, right, I'm going to crack on. And I did. And I actually got quite a bit of it done in the 6-hour window I had on the Saturday. It's taken another couple of days to finish off, as we've gone from having like a teal blue to grey. Yeah, not very bright colours. But the grey is a lighter shade, and it actually took 2 coats to cover the blue up as well. And it looks really nice, and thankfully he's happy with it. Emulsioning a wall can be quite a tedious task. But actually, once I got going, I quite enjoyed it because you can switch off. It is a pretty mindless thing to do, painting a couple of walls and a ceiling. But it can also become a mindful task. Whilst you're maybe not concentrating particularly on what you're doing, you can actually concentrate on other things. That's why so many of us like to go for a walk, whether it's just around the block or it's a 20-mile hike, or those of us who like running, again, whether it's just once round the block or like yesterday when so many people did the London Marathon. They can both be quite mindless activities, or we can make them mindful activities. We can take into account the weather, particularly at this time of year when it's starting to get a little bit chillier on a morning. What do you wear? How many layers? Will you need a waterproof? We can think of the noises we can hear. Today, as I was running through our local park, I could hear the children in the schoolyard. My run also took me quite close to a railway line. I could hear the trains. But then there's the nature sounds as well, because I went round the local nature reserve too, and I could hear the ducks quacking. Sometimes the most arduous tasks, like decorating, and we put them off and we put them off. But actually, once we get started and let our minds focus on something else, they actually pass quite quickly. In fact, I've been that spurred on with the decorating that I'm actually going to decorate the room I'm sitting in now. Not all of it, just one wall, but just to brighten the place up. And what else might come to mind as I'm painting this one particular wall? Who knows? In fact, I'm sitting looking at the test pot that I've just put on the wall. I think I might change my mind. I'm not keen on the colour. It might be another visit to the shop to get a different shade. So today, if you're doing a mindless task, like wandering around the grocery shop doing your shopping, that's what I've got to do later. Think about the people you're walking past, the people who have to fill those shelves, like one of my sons does. people who serve you on the counter. You might even consider what you're putting in your basket and think about where it's come from. Think about the people at the other end of that food chain who are doing the packaging for you. Everyday tasks